Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu coming from the Box Press studio, Seth Geis, and from the Pastine studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
John, how you doing,
My
man?
jersey should tell you exactly
It's
how I'm
September
doing. Excuse me.
11th,
All
by
right,
the
this
way.
just so everybody knows, this is
September 11th.
infamous day in history. This is September 11th, 2023. Um, Aaron Rodgers has just lost his lower leg. So we'll see how that goes now for John.
Dude,
So
I was gonna say to you, John, because it's 9/11,
September
Aaron
11th.
Rodgers is gonna come back with like 8 minutes left, and he's gonna drive the team to victory.
I would believe that if
Because
they're playing the Bears,
Why is
because
it?
for
Because
some reason the man seems to be able
I don't
to
know,
like,
because he just you want to have a good story. It's
yeah,
NFL always scripts these things. Okay,
yeah,
that's
that's
right.
not really how
something's
like
gonna
the
good
real
come out of
September
this.
11th went. Like the last 8 minutes weren't that great for September 11th.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the last 1 minute, Aaron's gonna come
Not
back.
to make it awkward or anything like that, but
Right.
the first 100 days of Afghanistan were pretty fun when we were carpet bombing them.
Hmm.
So that was pretty good.
All
Anyways,
right.
we're
It's not in
sorry,
Afghanistan
John.
anymore.
Yeah.
We're very sorry.
So
If I
today,
if this was politically incorrect to all those out there who are offended, if I upset you, I am sorry. There we go. Now we
right.
can move forward.
All right. Today we are talking about the Punch Golden Era Robusto. Cigar is 5-inch by 50, comes out of the Las Lomas factory in Honduras. Wrapper's Honduran Corojo, binder's Honduran Corojo, filler is Honduran Habano and Corojo. Price point is $9.99. Cigar was released in May of 2023. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
Oh, that was great. I think after you have a baby and you live through about 10 months with the baby, cigars taste good again. So I think this is one of those examples, you know? Um, but so favorite note in a cigar for me is cherries. I love like any kind of cherries in a cigar, like stone fruit, right? And this cigar had a lot of that. It was really creamy, bready, like tons of like this cream cherry, kind of a that was like a what do you like those shitty cream soft candy cherries that you eat when you're a little kid that you think they were the best, but
Green cherries.
apparently, yeah,
The chocolate,
apparently I
the
ate
cherry
that
choc
in
the cherry chocolate liqueurs.
no,
No.
not the chocolate kind. Like what do you call those? Taffy, like the how you have those different taffy candies that are
Yeah.
Like airheads.
like yeah, kind of like that.
Oh, like cherry airheads.
But
I love cherry
yeah, yeah,
airheads.
sort
Yeah.
of. I love that note. So I thought this cigar had a lot of it. It was almost unbelievable because I was like, well, this is a punch and it's not Chinese themed. So why do I like it? There's no reason to like it, but I liked it.
All right. All right, Seth, what were your thoughts?
Um, I didn't go down the Chinese road. Can I say that as a white guy?
Sure.
Yeah, of
Yeah, man. All
course.
right, sweet. It's I did get some raisin aspects. I do feel that it had that Honduran creamy, earthy raisin, a little bit of peppery spice, which was enjoyable for the first third, and I think it just kind of flattened out in the second and final third. There was some cedar, there was some cream. It was just really light. What was that? What did I have it at? Like medium strength and body. I thought it was a good base, but it just lacked complexity and some depth to really take it to the next level. So, how you doing over there, Rogers?
I think that I think that's a good summation. I think like it was okay. I mean the price point's not bad. I didn't find and it wasn't just that it wasn't that dynamic. It the best comparison I can make is like a comparison of Rogers, and then you step down to Wilson. There's no dynamic activity there. And
Scores
the first
tied.
what's that?
Scores tied.
No. And the first third, there was kind of some musty sweet tobacco, a little bit of sweet
Oh, 10 to
center, a
3.
little bit of
Oh,
baking
never mind.
spices. I think June is behind on the game.
Yeah.
Um,
Mute yourself, Shane.
and it was okay, but like it wasn't there wasn't a lot of complexity. The weird thing is, this is one of the few cigars where I felt like the second third actually delivered, because some bread came through, some baking spices. So they combined in interesting and engaging ways, but then it kind of fell back away in the last third, kind of like my expectations of the New York Jets season this year. So, it started out hopeful, kind of like week one with bread and baking spices. Then all that sort of evaporated, kind of like the first series. So, it was pretty average, pleasant, I might smoke it again. It was pleasant. Did have some issues with the draw. It was I would say pretty snug. But kind of maybe above average, slightly above average overall. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, for me, this cigar started with toast cedar, earth, and chalkiness. I got some black pepper that joined a bit later, and then the final third saw the toast level become pretty heavy, and the chalkiness increased a bit. I had perfect construction on my sample, so that was nice to see. But I thought the flavor profile was pretty average throughout. Just kind of focused around that toasted cedar, earth, chalkiness, and black pepper. It was also pretty dry throughout, so that I didn't find all that interesting. Pretty pedestrian cigar. Not something I'd really see myself coming back to. Price point's attractive, but it's not interesting at all. So, all right, let's get into the scores. Start at the top with Jiunn at 6.82. Seth gave it a 5.85. I gave it a 5.75, and John gave it a 5.65. So, Jiunn had that 6.82 matchup for you.
Really good. It was great. I like to smoke more of it to confirm my enjoyment. But yeah, I liked it.
All right, Seth, 5.85.
Listen, I thought it was a good base, but it needed more. I think that you could have added some more complexity or added just some more flavors to the cigar, and I think it would have helped dramatically. And I think you could have even increased the price, and I don't think it would have been an issue. If you made this a better cigar at, $12, and we all got into the sixes or low sixes, that's still saying something with today's market at $12. But yeah, it just kind of was lacking. And as you said, even though the price is great, there's no interest in really coming back to it.
Yep. My 5.75 matches up well, average flavor profile throughout, but perfect construction gets a kind of that upper 5 mark, but yeah, not something that's worthwhile to come back to. All right, John, 5.65.
Yeah, I think 5.65 matches up well. Held back by the draw. Without that draw, I think it's in the high fives, and I think 5.65 also matches up with the number of wins the Jets might have this season as well. The over under being 5.65, 6. But like I said, I think the economics of that price point, I think an under $10 cigar that's not bad, might do well in the market.
Final thoughts from you guys on this?
It's a bold statement by John. I disagree.
Hmm.
I think it needs a little bit more. I think it's too with how I don't know, man. No one's
Too
gonna
soft.
pick that. You know what it looks like? If you look at the packaging, it looks like an old cigarette.
Hmm.
Okay.
I don't mean
Really?
that. I mean, look at like the
Looks like
golden
golden
era.
leaf.
It's like golden leaf, and it's got like that blue, white, and gold. It just looks like an old pack of 1980s cigarettes that are just like, hey, I'm a cool smoke.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like remember like Dunhill? Remember the old Dunhills?
Good looking cigarette package.
I'm thinking the Dunhill cigars,
Hmm.
the white
Yeah.
and blue ones. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's kind of like made me kind of think of that, but I know that's a general thing. But it's just
Yep.
Punch has got so much stuff going on. It's like, what the hell are they doing?
I don't know. I didn't. I mean, I don't think the packaging is really kind of the thing holding this back. You know what I mean? I think you were right on that. Like, this need to tweak the blend. I think you need
Oh
to
yeah,
either move some
How
tobacco
so?
around or step
it's
it
too
up.
soft, man. It's
I
like
mean, you can send them all to
blend.
Jiunn.
Like no
but-
one's gonna fucking smoke that. No modern smoker is gonna smoke that. And the person who listen, that blend probably is what most appealing of all the smokers on this panel. that blend is probably most appealing to me.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I had a guess in the
Yeah.
beginning, yeah.
And I was 5.85, and like, yeah, woo, that's really high second. No, fuck no. So there you go. There's your target audience.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't get is, they go to JRE for this cigar. Price point's $10. GRE puts out a fair number of cigars that are less than this, that better than this.
Way
Yeah.
better. Not better. Way better.
The only way I think that they can really salvage this is they have to go revisit this, but go back to the Lancero, and then that'll be good, right? So that's the way it works.
But JRE's Coronas were the Corona, or it wasn't a Corona, it was like a Corona Larga was also quite good.
But it just goes to show that $10 is still pretty cheap. I mean, even having JRE do it, like, that's still got to be a pretty cheap cigar for JRE.
I mean,
You
it
know
was
what I mean?
11.6 grams.
They're making some really good Lanceros that are less than this.
Oh yeah,
It was
in cost.
it was 11.6 grams on the weight. So
to me,
maybe
it's
if it had another 2.4 grams of tobacco, it would have been better. I don't know.
I think it's hey, what could you do with this price range?
Yep.
That you got left. And
So Aaron, do you say like you want it to be cheaper and blended better? Is that what you're saying?
I don't care. I don't care what
smoke.
I don't care what the price is. The flavor profile is not good. So it doesn't matter if it was $2. It's not good. The flavor is not good enough for me to want to smoke it. So
this is a scrap smoke, or this is like a second or third blend. You know how like, oh fuck it, we're gonna say it, and if we get in trouble for it, who cares? You know how like sometimes, remember when Espinosa's like, hey, we got A, B, C, D blend, and A goes here, and B goes here, and C goes here. This was like that D blend.
Yeah.
That Punch was like, yeah, fuck, we'll buy it, and it's something that they probably have scraps that they can make it pretty readily.
Yep.
Not to break it down. I mean, it's probably truth.
Right.
I'll upset some people's feelings, and then
there's a lot of stuff that Journal has under this Punch brand. It just doesn't seem like there's no
end in sight.
Low to it, yeah. And I don't know, that's in general like how Journal offerings are like, right, with these brands. But
well, they got schmucks like you giving it fucking 6.82, man.
I know, man. Please give me another free $5.
I love you, Jiunn.
All right. Wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe and check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Golden era, but not for the Jets.